Our artists today are Lucia and Shubhajit. They are. I met Lucia at during my Fulbrights. She was there for both of them also, and she's a multi-instrumentalist. She's a music educator and folklorist, and she's based in Chicago. Her musical interests span the globe, and she has performed throughout Europe, in India, and Mexico. And she has also toured extensively in the US with various projects. During her two Fulbright grants, she studied folk music of West Bengal, India. Her collaborative work includes the album Baba Yaga Stew and an album book pairing of music and oral histories of Chicago immigrant musicians called The World in Chicago. In spring 2025, Lucia and Shubho, with their group Chicago Folklore Ensemble, will be releasing a collection of Rabindranath Tagore's poetry and music in an artful poetry album pairing called Praner Alap, which is Meeting of the Hearts, which is to be released on Innova Records. And independently, Lucia is pursuing a solo career as a Hindustani violinist under the guidance of her guru, Maestro Indradeep Ghosh. She's also the string conductor of Ravina's El Sistema Middle School Orchestra. And her and Shubhajit grew up in Bhadreshwar, West Bengal, India, where he learned music from his mother and other members of his family. He received formal lessons with Mrs. Chaya Chatterjee, Rishabh Shupriya, Bidushi Anjana Nath, and Haimanti Shukla. He moved to the US in 2006 to pursue a PhD in computer science at the University of Chicago University of Florida. My apologies. And in 2013, he moved to Chicago for postdoctoral studies and now works as an innovation and software engineer. Throughout his career, Shubhajit's passion for music has remained strong. He sings and plays the khol and dubki, covering genres like Hindustani classical, Robindra Sangeet, Nazrul Giti, Indian folk, ghazals, and bhajans. He also composes original songs with friends Debajit Goswami, and Shubhankar Dasgupta. Sorry if I mispronounced some of the names. Shubhajit balances his love for music with his professional life, embodying a blend of scientific and artistic pursuits. So I'm delighted to introduce them, and Shubhajit and Lucia, y'all can show yourselves.
Hi, thank you so much, Rinalini, for
Thank
this
you,
kind
Mrinalini.
introduction as well as this invitation. And thank you all for joining. It's wonderful to see so
See
many.
everyone, yeah, from around the globe.
Yeah, such a joyous
We
occasion.
also have a few friends of our band I can see in our in this call, Sam and Nate.
Yeah, so thank you all for joining. And it's also fun to see how many people are joining from different places. So yeah, we'll get right into it. I first started learning about Baul and Fakir music, first heard about it from Shuvo. Shuvo introduced me to these ideas back in 2016 when we met at the Chicago World Music Festival, which happens here every year. And he started telling me about the incredible philosophy of the Baul and also showed me some of their songs, sang me some of their songs. And I was so entranced by the melodies and by the rhythms that I said, let's grab some of our friends. I know a lot of people that would be interested in this music. And so the two people he mentioned, Nate and Sam, who are also on this call, we all started learning this music. We didn't know what it meant. We didn't know
Actually,
really.
they are the earliest member.
Yeah,
Before
they're
it started.
yeah, exactly. We first started under the willow trees here in Rogers Park. Um, so we started just learning these songs because we were very drawn by the melodies. But as Shubha would tell us the meanings, they were very hard to understand, and we'd ask, well, what does that even mean? And he'd say, well, I'm not a Baul, so I can't tell you what it means. And that was very curious to me, like, why, if this is his native language, why couldn't he tell me the actual meaning of these songs? But the more that he would tell me about the philosophy and the lifestyle of the Baul, the more it started to make sense that this is actually not, these aren't songs that you can really just go to a festival and hear and interpret by yourself. These are, the Baul Fakir is a way of life. It's a long journey and a path, and on this journey, by living this lifestyle, only in this way will you start to actually internalize these meanings, and these meanings have to kind of bloom within oneself as a truth. And these, so the Baul music.
Yeah, they are basically the spiritual people. They are the mystic minstrel. They wander around. When I grew up in Bengal, I have seen them, many places, and they wear kind of saffron robe, and fakir wear kind of white robe, and they have their ektara, which we kind of put here, and with these they kind of sing throughout the places, just walking. And yeah, so they are from Bangladesh and West Bengal mostly, and their kind of religion or their belief is an amalgamation of like Sufism, like Vaishnavism and Vajrayana Buddhism, Tantric Buddhism, kind of mixed together and form their belief and songs and all these things.
Yeah, and so there are so many scholars have studied the Baul, and there are a lot of people that have talked about what is a Baul and what is not a Baul, and the Baul themselves are also very particular about who is practicing in the right way, the Shotik path, the true path. And so just kind of a disclaimer, whatever you hear here may be different from something that you read or something that you hear from somebody else, and all may be true, because there's so many ways to practice being a Baul and a Fakir, and we'll talk more about that, but basically the whole meaning is about seeking the truth within. The path stems a lot from Buddhism, and so these practices were actually, the Buddhism was persecuted for a long time throughout India, and so in order to continue the tradition, in order to continue practicing, they encoded and encrypted these meditations into these songs. And so these songs are kind of puzzles, riddles, in order to understand how to practice and how to seek this truth within.
And they also believe that whatever is found or whatever can be found in the universe kind of embedded in our body, so they worship body. That's their main vehicle to do these practices.
Right. So we're I when I first started getting interested in Baul music, I applied for the Fulbright, and I started living in a place called Shantiniketan, which is in West Bengal. It's a university town that Rabindranath Tagore started, and in that town there are many, many Bauls. I would just cycle around the dusty roads, the dusty red roads, looking for Bauls in markets, in ashrams, wherever I could find. And I started playing a lot with Robi Dash Baul and many other people, Biplobda, and lots of friends. So they started teaching me, and I didn't know any Bangla at that time, but slowly, they didn't speak any English, so I had to learn one way or another. So at that time, I didn't visit this particular village where we're going to go today. This one, I first went in 2022, the second time I lived in West Bengal. This is an incredible village very close to the border of Bangladesh. I'm going to share my screen and show you this on the map, just to kind of give us kind of orientation. So here's West Bengal, as you can see, really close to Bangladesh. Kolkata is here, and in order to get, Dhaka's a little bit further. In order to get to Gorbanga, you have to take a train all the way to Krishnanagar, very far, and then maybe 4 hours, and then another bus, another couple hours to Gorbanga. Here we have on the map my friend Armanda's ashram. So here you can see how close this is. You can just like take a motorcycle over to the border of Bangladesh. So this is
And
a
it's also close to Kushtia. Kushtia is where the Majar of Lalon, who is one of the prominent saint of Baul.
yeah, we'll talk about him in just a minute. So Gorbanga is just an incredible village where mostly it's a farming town. They farm jute, which is a material you can make rugs and bags out of. So they mostly are jute farmers. But during the night, every single night, they meet up to play music. So they have 5 major ashrams, and if you go to any one of them any day of the year, you'll find people playing music, which to me is just an incredible thing. I've never seen it anywhere in my travels. So I really fell in love with this village, and I took Shuvo with me to go meet some of my friends there this past August. And
this August,
the day that we flew to India, Mrinalini asked me to do this presentation. So I said, okay. Normally when I go to the village, I only audio record because I'm playing, so I don't have my hands free. But since Shuvo could come with me, he took these videos for you guys. So we're going to start with one of the elders of the village, Koibor Fokir. He's a wonderful he's a really wonderful singer and person. He always has really wise, kind things to say. This path is all about finding a way to make ourselves better humans, and I think that this is very he's
so hopefully you can
example
see
of
the
this.
video and also the lyrics on the right.
Yeah, please let us know if you can't in the chat if you can't see what is what's being presented. But yeah, so this is Koibor Fokir and many other friends in
This
his
is Selina
ashram.
Di, our friend.
Yeah, we always
And
stay
then,
with Shalina Di. This is Ohidul. Ohidul, he's a wonderful singer. Yeah, all are great.
So let's start.
Yeah, so this first song is actually by Lalon. Shuvo was talking about Lalon Shah. So Lalon is the most important person really in the Baul tradition at this point. He was born in
1774, and he was he lived for 120 years. That's what.
So it said.
So it said. And he was a social reformer, activist, and composer, and Baul saint, and practiced Baul music with his friends, and grew a kind of a lineage. And his students like Panju Shah, Duddu Shah, they also later on created so many wonderful songs. And I think Lalon wrote probably more than 2000 songs, and a lot of things are also discovered recently, and people sing their song, including our bands. We try to learn his song very closely, try to pay attention to the meanings of those songs. So they're really, really wonderful. And the people in the village, they actually regard Lalon in a very respected manner, and they learn their song and still keeping their legacy alive.
Yeah, you can hear in everyday conversation, his lyrics will just pepper the conversation throughout the day. Like every day you'll hear, whether they're singing or not, his name, his ideas will come into every situation.
In fact, Selina Di called us morning, and we had a conversation, and we are very grateful to Selina Di, Armanda, Koibur.
Yeah, we always stay with Selina Di in her place, and
yeah, it's so wonderful to eat together.
Yeah, she makes such amazing food. Anyway, so this song is going to be talking about a very important metaphor in the Baul path called the Ochin Paki. That's actually our band is named after the Ochin Paki. That's the unknown bird. So this song says Chirodin Pushilam Ak Ochin Paki, which means my whole life long I've kept a pet. You can see here on the right how we have the lyrics. So as you follow along with these lyrics, know that the Ochin Paki is a metaphor for the breath. And as these are all meditations, the Lalon is encouraging us to keep our eye on the breath, get to know this bird, and what can the bird do for us? What can the bird teach us? So here we go. This is Koibor Fokir singing Chirodin Pushilam Ak Ochin Paki.
ভেদ পরিচয় দেই না আমায় না আমায় সেই খেদে ধরে সেই জাতি ছিলাম আমি সেই অতি সেই অতি জীবনে শুনতে পাই মুখ কেমন তা দেখি না হয়। আমি ভীষণ ভুল দেখি আমি ভীষণ ভুল দেখি বলে শুনতে পাই মুখ কেমন তা দেখি না হয়। আমি ভীষণ ভুল দেখি আমি ভীষণ ভুল দেখি চিনার পেলে চিনে নিতাম চিনার পেলে চিনে নিতাম যে তুমি সে যদি ছিলাম আমি সে অতি সে যদি পাখি চিনলাম না এ লজ্জা তো যাবে না আমি উপায় কি করি আমি উপায় কি পাখি চিনলাম না এ লজ্জা তো যাবে না আমি উপায় কি করি আমি উপায় কি কোনদিন পাখি যাবে উড়ে কোনদিন পাখি যাবে উড়ে ভুলি দিলে তুমি সে ছিলাম আমি সে অতি পাখি সে অতি আসে যায় আর কোন পথে আমায় দিলারে আমায় দিলারে দুটা হাতাতে পাখি আসে যায় আর কোন পথে আমায় দিলারে আমায় দিলারে শিরার সাইকয় লালন রে শিরার সাইকয় বই লালন বই খান পেতে ওই চিরদিন বুঝলাম আমি সেই অচিন পাখি চিরদিন বুঝলাম আমি সেই অচিন পরিচয় দেই না আমায় পরিচয় দেই না আমায় সেই খেতে আঁকি আমি
Okay, so that was Lalon's Chirodin Pushilam Ak Ochin Paki by Koiwar Fokir. These recordings are all just from impromptu jams, so these aren't things that anybody practiced. Everything was, they didn't know that I was coming, and I also didn't know many of the the melodies. We just tried to listen and play along. So in this song, Lalon is talking about bhed. Bhed means discernment. He says, bhed porichoy dei na mai. So the bird did not give me this discernment. So what is this discernment? Really, it's all about trying to understand the right and the wrong, who is going to be helpful or not, and how to build that awareness, that wisdom within us. And so this song is telling us that by watching the breath, by doing these meditations, we can increase this kind of wisdom.
And another important metaphor that Lalon used here is 9 doors, which is basically referring to 9 orifices in our body.
And that's 9 doors of the cage. He says
9 doors of the
kacha.
cage. Yeah, kacha is the rib cage and the body, or the body basically. And Shiraz Shai is Lalon's teacher, which reference comes in many songs of Lalon's actually. So next.
And Lalon is, oh yeah, Rinalini?
Lucia, your screen is dark.
Oh, you guys can't see us? Could you see
No,
it?
we cannot.
Could you see the? Can you see
Yeah,
us now?
we could. So it's only after you stop sharing your screen now.
And now, can you see us?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank
All right.
you. And everybody could hear the audio just fine of the video? Okay, brilliant.
Cool.
Thanks also to Zhenya Nemirovsky, G. Nemirovsky. He helped me edit the audio to make the voices a little louder because from the phone I can't get very good audio. Anyway, so we're gonna move on. Unfortunately, 40 minutes is very little time in order to tell you all the things about that we wish we could tell you about, but
the next song.
we'll go to the next song. So we're gonna hear now from the upcoming generation of singers in this area. My dear friend Babu Fokir, a wonderful dotara player and singer, has been teaching young kids from the villages around Gorbanga for free every single week because this is a very impoverished area and a lot of these people, are very near destitute. But many of these fakirs from Gorwanga, it's become a very, actually, this town has been discovered. And so they've really made it in the big time. A lot of these fakirs, they travel all over the world now. So my friend Babuda has seen that music can be a way to kind of come out of this destitution, out of this poverty. And so he's trying
And
to
also keeping the lineage alive.
both. Yeah, so he's trying to both provide opportunities for these youngsters as well as keeping these songs alive, keeping, like, if you need a reference for any song, you just call one of my friends in Gorbanga. They know, you know, like Lalo like the back of their hand. And so they'll be able to tell you which lyric is correct and all this. And so it's very important for them to continue the lineage. Anyway, so girl who's going to be singing is named Supriya.
And this song is by Radharaman Dotto, and he is from the place called Sunamganj. Sunamganj is very famous Bhati region of Bangladesh, which is in Sylhet district, and many famous Baul musicians or composers are from there. One probably you have heard, Shah Abdul Karim is from that land. So we'll be showing this song, and this is one of the Bichchedi song, which is kind of Krishna, like separation from Radha, that type of song. And
another important thing to just notice is that Shupriya is probably from a Hindu family, and her teacher Babu Fakir, he is definitely Muslim origin anyway. And in Gorbanga, everybody's so mixed. Like, it really doesn't matter to them, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, whatever. They've told me many times, like, Shobai Amar Praner Bhai. Everyone is brothers of my heart. And so the Baul really don't distinguish between these differentiations, but this is a song for between Radha Krishna. So it's kind of more like the Hindu Vaishnava sort of bhakti tradition. Yeah. So let's go, and we're trying to show.
আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমারে দেখিবার মনে নাই। ওরে তোমারে না দেখলে রাধা জীবন আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমারে দেখিবার মনে নাই। তোমারে দেখিবার মনে নাই। আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমারে দেখিবার মনে নাই। তোমারে না দেখলে রাধা তোমারে না দেখলে রাধা জীবন কেমনে রয় বন্ধু রে। আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমারে দেখিবার মনে লয়। আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমারে দেখিবার মনে লয়। শিখাইয়া শিশুকালে প্রেম শিখাইয়া যৌবন কালে দাগারে আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় আরে দেখিবার মনে লাগে আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় আরে দেখিবার মনে লাগে কমল ডালে বৈশার বন্ধু বাজাও রঙের বাঁশি কমল ডালে বৈশার বন্ধু বাজাও রঙের বাঁশি সুর শুনিয়াই রাধার মন সুর শুনিয়াই রাধার মন হইল উদাসী রে আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমার দেখিবার মনে লাগে আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমার দেখিবার মনে লাগে আইবে রাধার আমার বলে মনেতে কান্দি আইবে রাধার আমার বলে মনেতে কান্দি নিভাছিল মনের আগুন নিভাছিল মনের আগুন কেদিলাই জ্বালাইয়া রে আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমার দেখিবার মনে লাগে আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমার দেখিবার মনে লাগে ওরে তোমার না দেখলে রাধার তোমার না দেখলে রাধার জীবন কেমনে রয় বন্ধু রে আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমার দেখিবার মনে লাগে আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমার দেখিবার মনে আমার বন্ধু দয়াময় তোমার দেখিবার মনে লাগে
Okay, can you all see us? Yes? Okay, great. So that was Supriya singing Radha Ramon's song. And yeah, she's such an amazing singer, and
And
also
especially the dhol,
and also that young
dholok
dhol player.
player.
Yeah, he's such a
He's
wonder.
probably 10 years old or
Yeah,
something.
incredible. He like catches things on so quickly. It's incredible. I
Yeah.
see Nate giving a smirk.
So good.
So yeah, that song. One thing that I find interesting is that yeah, the composer Radha Ramon is a male. That name Radha Ramon means the lover of Radha, and but you see him putting himself in the perspective of Radha yearning for Krishna yearning for that friend, and that's something that happens a lot. This kind of gender fluidity within the Vaishnava path, and a lot of you can see it also in the Bauls. Like many Baul gurus might wear the pola shoka, like what the woman will wear, the red and the white. Married women will wear these bands, and so sometimes you'll see male gurus in the Baul path also wearing them. This kind of gender fluidity is very common because they actually think that one of the goals is to merge the genders, that within one being you have both male and female. So you can see that even within this person's name and the song.
Yeah, and also this kind of separation song you can think of like searching for your moner manush or the man of the heart, and that could be a metaphor. And then this friend for the personification of that moner manush. So finally, I think we'll go to the third song, right? We don't have one. Yeah.
Sure. So this song is by Arman Fakir. He is actually the elder brother of Babuda, who was the teacher of those students. And Selinades, that's her two brothers. She has four
youngest
brothers.
sister of-
Yeah, Celine, and they all sing incredibly. So yeah, this village is just kind of like that. So this last song is about controlling. এখনো করিস না, একটু পরে। একটু পরে?
Okay.
So this last song is about, it's called Indriya Daman, which means it's talking about controlling the senses. And so this is another meditation, is how to control the senses, how to control our reaction.
Yeah, it's
to
probably the one of the most important teaching of the Baul path, how to control the senses with your mind. And this is kind of came in various songs and various philosophy of Baul song in various writings. So
and it's also kind of poking fun at the tradition of chanting and singing for Krishna or for any other goddess, because one of the things about the Baul philosophy is actually some scholars will call them materialist, and that's not like the capitalist kind of materialist of wanting a lot of things, but only believing in things in the material realm, only believing in that which you can perceive within your own body. And so they sort of traditionally, as a sort of rule, but not really as a practice, don't believe in gods and goddesses. They more believe in that which you can experience internally. And so this man of the heart that Shubha was talking about, the praner manush, the soulmate, this is an internal awareness that you can open through these meditations, but you can only experience yourself, not by listening to the hearsay of others. So you'll hear this song talk about stories, hearing stories of Radha Krishna or whatever. And this song is saying, don't listen to these stories. These stories aren't going to lead you to the real truth. The real truth is within each of us.
yeah, and throughout the songs, Baul basically give humanity, love for the people, and equality, gender equality, all these things which we are kind of struggling lately in the world. So let's go to the third song.
Sure. So this is Arman Fakir singing a song by Radhe Shyam called Indriya Daman, Age Koro Mon.
যে উপায়ে মন মুছিবে বন্ধন সে পথের অন্বেষণ করুণা করুণা ইন্দ্রিয় দমন আগে করো নইলে সাধনা হবে না শুনে হরি বলে নাচো হরি কোথায় আছে তারে কি দেখেছো পরের কথা শুনে হরি বলে নাচো হরি কোথায় আছে তারে কি দেখেছো দেখেছো পেয়েছো শোনা পেতো সেছো দেখেছো পেয়েছো শোনা পেতো সেছো নিশ্চিন্ত হয়েছো কবি না ভাবনা ইন্দ্র হাতে করো নইলে সাধনা হবে না ইন্দ্র যোগ্য করিয়া গো আমি হতেছে সাধু যাজ্ঞ যোগ্য করিয়া গো আমিও যোগীয় হতেছে সাধু ইজত না জেনে ভগয়ন মানে ইজত না জেনে ভগয়ন মানে জীবনে কখনো ফুল পাবে না ইন্দ্র ধর্মে আগে করো মন করিলে সাধনা হবে না ইন্দ্র আত্মার রূপে তিনি আছেন ঘটে ঘটে তারে নাচি বেড়া ছুটে ছুটে আত্মার রূপে তিনি আছেন ঘটে ঘটে তারে নাচি নিয়ে বেড়া ছুটে ছুটে অষ্ট প্রায় কাটে কেন কি তার করতে অষ্ট বছর কাটে কেন কি তার করতে শোনা কথা মোটে রাগে ইন্দ্র ধর্ম আগে করো কইলে সাধনা হবে না যে উপায়ে যে উপায়ে ঘুরতিবে বন্ধন সে পথের পেছন আগে করো কইলে সাধনা হবে না
Was Indriya Damon by Arman Fakir. Their audio. So we don't have so much time, but we are also hoping to sing a song for you. But so just a few last remarks. We unfortunately this is a very short, little 40 minutes here, but we do have some more like this document that we formed. If you want to take more time with the poems, we'll send that out in a form. So Shubha's putting a link to a Google form if you guys can share any feedback about this presentation.
And also we'll share the link of the video and the audio.
If you put your email in there. And also, we're right now working on a podcast all about Baul and Fakir. It'll probably be around 10 episodes going theme by theme about different parts of the Baul path, sharing my field recordings and different things that we've been learning. So if you're interested in that, if you fill out this form, then we'll have your email and we can let you know when that actually gets released. As well, our band is working on a album of this music. We've already
Yeah, you can
recorded.
put the email in the form itself. So
Right.
yeah, if you click that. Anyway, yeah.
So
Let's start this one.
well, Lauren is asking a question. We're gonna get to the question and answer in just a bit. So we're just gonna sing for you one quick song. This is again by Lalon, so that you can hear a little bit of this live.
Right.
And this
Maybe we'll
song will
share
just keep the lyrics open
by sharing.
while, yeah, sure.
So this is called Dhanno Dhanno, one of the Lalon's popular song. Hopefully you can see this. Maybe I can share the link so that they can see us while performing.
We're gonna just share the link in the chat so that you can pull up the lyrics on your own. It's the very last one, Dhanno Dhanno.
The fourth
by
page,
Lalon.
yeah. Let me just...
And this song is talking about, he says, I will sing praises to the one who has tied together this house. So it's talking about worshiping the body, the creation of this body. And so it talks about from the Muladhar up, there's Ekkuti, which is the one spine. And the Ektar is kind of a perfect example of this, where the body is like a representation of the human body, and the string is a representation of the spine. So this song talks about that with the one pillar that's holding up the whole house. So you can see that in the chat.
বেঁধেছে এমন ঘর বেঁধেছে এমন ঘর শূন্যের ওপর পোছতা করে ধন্য ধন্য বলি তারে বেঁধেছে এমন ঘর বেঁধেছে এমন ঘর শূন্যের ওপর পোছতা করে ধন্য ধন্য বলি তারে ধন্য ধন্য বলি তারে সবে মাত্র একটা খুঁটি খুঁটির গড়ায় নাইকো মাটি সবে মাত্র একটা খুঁটি খুঁটির গড়ায় নাইকো মাটি কিসে ঘরে রবে খাটি কিসে ঘরে রবে খাটি ঝড়ি তুফানে এলে পরে ধন্য ধন্য বলি তারে ধন্য ধন্য বলি তারে মূলাধার কুঠুরি নয়টা তার উপরে চিলে কোঠা মূলাধার কুঠুরি নয়টা তার উপরে চিলে কোঠা তাহে এক পাগলা বেটা বসে একা একে স্বরে ধন্য ধন্য বলি তারে ধন্য ধন্য নিচে সারি সারি
সারি সারি
ওপর নিচে সারি সারি সাড়ে নয় দরজা তারি ওপর নিচে সারি সারি সাড়ে নয় দরজা তারি লালন কয় যেতে পারি লালন কয় যেতে পারি কোন দরজা খুলে ঘরে ধন্য ধন্য বলি তারে ধন্য ধন্য বলি তারে বেঁধেছে এমন ঘর বেঁধেছে এমন ঘর শূন্যের ওপর পোছনা করে ধন্য ধন্য বলি তারে ধন্য ধন্য বলি তারে ধন্য ধন্য বলি তারে ধন্য ধন্য বলি
Hari Bol, Joy Guru, Joy Guru.
Thank you. So this is a Dukti
Jai Guru, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.
and this
Thank
is
you.
the Ektara. Dotara dekha?
This is the Dotara,
Ektara.
Ektara, sorry. I was just playing Dotara.
Yeah, so this is the Dotara. And-
Okay, but maybe now we'll open it up to the question and answer.
And this is
read
the
on the-
Khol.
Some of the common instruments. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Mrinalini and thank you everyone for joining. Yeah, now we are open to questions and maybe Mrinalini, you can take over.
So we have a couple of questions on the chat. We're almost out of time, but I do want to share this with y'all. So the first one is, can you share a little more about the mystical minstrel culture? Do these musicians sometimes live together, and are they of all different
All different what?
religions?
Yeah, so most commonly either from Hindu or Muslim origin, and it's usually kind of regional, so a place of where a lot of Muslims will be. You'll also have mostly fakirs and vice versa with Hindus. So like in Bakura and
Birbhum
Birbhum,
and,
you'll have more Hindu Bauls where, yeah, closer to the border of Bangladesh, you'll have more Muslim fakirs. And yeah, they'll, like you saw in the village, but they do, all these areas were much more intermingled before partition. And people live together
Right.
much more easily, but still Baul and Fakir, they play together, sing together, eat together, also intermarry to some extent.
Yeah, and also Muslim Fakir can worship, Saraswati, which is the Hindu goddess. There is no as such, this type
Yeah,
of
and
thing.
Baul
These are-
will sing Fakiri songs, they'll
Right.
sing songs to different peers and
So these,
babas.
kind of religion is artificial construct for
Right.
them.
We'll try to answer questions quickly.
That was oh, sorry, and then I have
I think
this.
Alice-
The only other question I got was, how old is this girl when the song was recorded, and what is the
She was about 14,
14 or 15.
and that was just recorded this past August.
and what is the location and what is the actual setting? I mean, the building that.
So
they're
the
in
location
what?
is
The location we showed, that village,
yeah,
Gorvanga,
so
in the
maybe
map.
I can map.
We'll share the map. And then it's taking place in an ashram, in one of these open walled. It's basically just a roof, but all the walls are open, and that's where the music takes place every night. Are in these little ashrams that the fakirs will build.
Yeah.
We just placed the
Okay.
map.
There is just one more question, Alicia and Shabo. It's what is meant by controlling the senses with the mind? Is that a quick answer?
So yeah, an important thing is just like we can't cut out our senses, obviously. Like you can't cut off your nose, cut off your ears. That's not. Yeah, we'll lose our life. So you're kind of back in the same. Yeah, it won't serve you. But the point is not to react to the senses. And so by doing these meditations, by watching the breath, by watching the body, if you hear something or you smell something or you taste something that either creates a reaction of huge craving or of aversion, of like negativity, you learn through these meditations not to react to that with either craving or aversion, because those are going to send us down this path of reactivity, and that creates impurities.
And I think somebody asked about like how can they help for the educational effort in the village. So
Oh,
I just
sorry,
want to
Mary, I
mention,
forgot about
huh?
that. No, ঠিক আছে, sorry.
So I think like I just want to mention another thing. So we do have another non-profit organization called Bidyandehi. So which I started back when I was finishing up my PhD. So with that organization, which is now in 501c3, we try to give back to the villages, and we do some kind of donation-driven drive for various reasons, like yeah, in past. So if you reach out to us, we can definitely help.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll share all these links if you guys can. Shivo
yeah,
had sent the form one time in the chat, but we'll
right.
resend
Last,
it.
yeah,
He just sent it again. So that in that last link, you'll have a feedback form where you can give us your email, and we won't give you lots of spam, but we'll let you know when our album is released, and we also have this upcoming Tagore album. So if you're
and
interested in
podcast.
Bengali music, we'll send you that, as well as the information to his nonprofit Bidandehi. I also saw one more question by Lauren about what's meant by the worldly, cutting the chains of worldly attachments. So that's kind of the same. It's the same idea where we don't want to be attached to things, and so these chains, be them family bonds or to this house, to the money, to our success, to our ego, all these things we can cut through the meditations. And so that's part of the Baul path. In sort of a very stereotypical Baul, they don't have any family relations. Everybody is their family, so they are able to love everyone equally. But of
And
course, Baul
we
are also practicing as doing shangshar, doing the family.
and we also have upcoming performances in the library.
Yeah, for
that
anybody's
Nate just mentioned. Yeah,
for anybody who's in the
city of Chicago
or
area.
area, yeah, you can see. We'll also share our website, and you can see our other upcoming performances by Achin Paki.
Thank you again.
Any other question?
Minalini, yeah. I think we're out of time.
So thank you so much, Lucia and Shubho. That's just an amazing way to spend the morning, just informing us about the Baul culture, about their music, about their philosophies, and of course, hearing that amazing music also. There were a few things I forgot.
Yeah.
Really appreciate.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Minalini,
for
thank you,
having us.
Fulbright Association. Yeah, everyone.
I forgot three things. One was to ask y'all to mute, and I really appreciate how everybody was so respectful and was muted. The second thing, of course, I forgot to ask y'all to put your questions in the chat. So thank y'all for putting that in, after my request. And the third thing I forgot, which my board had asked me to do, was to just let y'all know that since this is actually my public radio spiel, sorry, but if y'all enjoyed this, we would really like to give y'all more performances, offer y'all more performances. We have other Fulbright alumni lined up, and other performers, but we would appreciate your contributions. I will send out this video in an email and with a link so that if y'all would just contribute even $5, we can afford to then put together, pay to have somebody else perform also. And we do have 3 more performances in this series, in our visual and performing artist series. And just to let you all know really quickly, we've got a film festival coming up in the spring. We're going to have a discussion series on climate change, the environment, and just different aspects of climate change. We've got a heritage language, mother tongue month celebration for the entire month of February. So, and then we've got writing workshops coming up on just writing grants. Cynthia and Nancy, am I forgetting anything? Lauren? Those are, sorry, those are the other board members who are present at the moment. And we also do we have volunteer projects coming up. Our next volunteer day is January 18th. So I really appreciate y'all being here with us, and look forward to seeing y'all at future events, and paying attention to my emails when they go out. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Lucia and Shabot, for being here with us this morning. Are we good? All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Joy Guru,
Jai Guru, Jai
thank
Guru.
you.
Mm.